Hi there, back again with another reading challenge update. You may have noticed that I'm uploading these videos a couple of days after whatever it says in the bottom corner here for a recording date, and that is because I work a couple different jobs, I write for a few different blogs, I'm trying to get my own fiction writing career going, and I'm trying to finish my next Pagan book. So between all of these things, generally the editing for videos happens in between doing other things when I have time. So it takes me a couple days to get it up and running. I hope that's okay. At any rate, as of now, I have finished the novel This is a great book. This is a really great book. I really enjoyed this. I don't read a lot of Russian science fiction. And if anybody knows anything at all about Russian science fiction, they're probably most familiar with Kafka, which you could sort of call science fiction fantasy, but really is more like creepy social commentary. So I didn't really know what to expect. It's really interesting. It was written in between 1921 and 1923. In this world, there's no people. Everybody is a number. They have a name that's a number designation, and they're part of the one state, which is run by the benefactor. And everybody lives in glass houses, and they do exactly the same thing at exactly the same time of day, even though some people are scientists and some are writers, and all of it is to serve the one state. The protagonist of this novel, whose number is D503, meets this woman who does not do things the way everybody else does it, and discovers that he actually has emotions and imagination, and this is seen as a very bad thing in the one state. It's really kind of bizarre to read for somebody who is into science fiction, because Zamyatin uses a lot of metaphor, and so it's very difficult to tell whether he's talking about something that is the literal experience of the character or something that is a metaphor in the thought processes of an unreliable narrator. So it's deep, it's very poetically written, it's kind of surreal. You know, it's awesome. I'm certain that I have missed some small details, and that I'm going to have to go back and read it again in order to pick up the things that I've missed. So definitely read this novel. Because We takes place after a 200-year-long war which destroyed civilization, it also counts for my Apocalypse Now challenge. So it's an interesting thing I've noticed over the past couple of weeks. I've been looking into 1920s science fiction. One of the books I am currently reading, which I started reading before I started making these videos, was Olaf Stapledon's The Last and First Men, which I'm doing as part of my SF Masterworks challenge. And okay, so this one is totally not my taste so far. It is dull. It's like reading a textbook. It's a future history as written by what Olaf Stapledon thought might transpire. And it was also written sometime around, I think it was 1919. Interestingly, also written around this time was H.G. Wells' future history classic, The Shape of Things to Come. And I've noticed commonalities, and one thing I have noticed that it may be of interest to modern readers to know is that the surviving world after World War I had a horror of chemical and germ warfare that modern people have for the idea of global thermonuclear war. They really thought it would probably destroy the world. One of the things that happened in Stapleton's book is that because so much chemical toxic gas and whatnot was used in this big civilization destroying war, it got into the soil and it started poisoning people and plants and animals for generations after the war had happened. They also feared that war would last really, really long time. This was part of all three of these books that I've mentioned, that there's this big war that lasted hundreds of years until all of civilization basically collapsed as a result of it. So I think that World War I scared the living crap out of people, and they became the first modern people as a result. They went, whoa, yeah, we could totally wreck everything here. This is bad. Maybe we should slow it down a bit. What I also find interesting is that all of them were concerned about how long oil could last as a fuel source then. This was almost 100 years ago, and we're still relying on oil. Like, how stupid can we be? We've known about this for more than 100 years, and we've done nothing. It's time to wake up, people. Now, over here, going to my scorecard. This one counted for in translation and a book with a one-word title. So, back to my bingo marker. Remember, each row or column that I get counts as an entry for a $50 gift certificate to a local bookstore. I'm not reading it very productively as far as that goes, but eventually it will add up to the whole card, I hope. Where are we here? There we go. Now then, next on the agenda is a book that I have to read now because I've been waiting for it from the library, and as you might expect, it's on a bit of a short list for requests, and that is George R. R. Martin's A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, which is, of course, a prelude to Game of Thrones, or A Song of Ice and Fire, as the series is known. So, this is my first acquaintance with the books. I have become an avid fan of the TV series, of course, but I am just discovering the books for the first time, so this will be an introduction for me. Now, I'm already a little ways into it, and so, because it's absorbing, and on my scorecard here, this will count for about a journey, because it is written about what Martin calls a hedge knight, which we would call a knight errant. So traveling is kind of the stock in trade, right? And ironically, set in the summer, because winter is not coming yet in this part of the world. This is 100 years previously. So, I will let you know what I think of it when I get there. In the meantime, provided I get this video uploaded in the next couple of days, which I should because it's about to be the weekend, I am still deciding between 3 nonfiction books. And so I'd love to hear your votes in the comments or on my blog or in the poll, which will be on the video itself, as to which one of the 3 I should read for the nonfiction portion of the challenge. The first one is The Secret History of the Mongol Queens by Jack Weatherford. The second option is A Brief History of Time by Stephen Hawking. And the third option is Full Contact Magick by Kerr, Cuhulain. Well, that's it for now. Once again, if you have anything to add in the comments, let me know. And I'll see you at the next update. Bye!